Hello and welcome to Bookshelf. In today's episode, I'll be telling you about some very famous writers and the mysteries in their lives. The first name is, of course, the queen of thrillers and crime. She is none other than Agatha Christie. She has written many books on crime, investigation, and mystery. But there has been mystery in her life as well. First, let me tell you about some of her books. Many times I had been telling about the evergreen book, that is, And Then There Were None. Sorry if I am repeating, but the title was taken from a nursery rhyme which is aimed at telling the numbers backward. But of late, that has become a racist phrase. At the end of the rhyme, the numbers are counted backward, like 10 and a 9 and a 8 and a 7 and a 6 and a 5 and a 4 and a 3 and a 2 and a 1. And then there were one. That should have been it. But here she made it, and then there were none. That suits this book. That is, a group of people on a picnic get killed one after the other. Then you have another book called The Murder on the Oriental Express. And it was made as a film also. Death on the Nile, Crooked House, ABC of Murders, Mysterious Affair at Styles, and there are many such books. Now, coming to the mystery of Agatha Christie. In 1926, she suddenly vanished. Yes, vanished into thin air. Everyone was perplexed. Police, fans, her family members as well. She left the house just like that, driving her own car. Police soon found her abandoned car, but could not find any clues on her whereabouts. Obviously, there was a lot of publicity as a mystery writer had disappeared mysteriously. I was telling you about the countdown from 10, but after 11 days, police spotted her in a hotel and she was using a different identity or a fake name. When her husband came to get her, she had little memory of the previous week. As luck would have it, her disappearance resulted in a reappearance. Many theories surfaced, but police and her husband theorized that she suffered amnesia from a car accident, which accounted for a loss of identity and memory. But people continued to speculate on the real reason. Suggestions ranged from nervous breakdown brought on by the death of her mother and embarrassment of her husband's affair to a cynical publicity stunt to promote the successful but still little known author. Okay. She never publicly spoke or acknowledged her disappearance for the rest of her life. Fans and biographers continue to speculate about the possibilities leaving her disappearance and enduring mystery. Okay. Now, the second writer I am going to speak about is Barbara Newhall. Barbara Newhall Follett. She is a child prodigy, published her first novel at the age of 12. Name of the novel is The House Without Windows. For a 12-year girl, that's a good title and a good book. Now, it got very good reviews. She was regularly featured in newspapers and media, showcasing her incredible talent at the young age. By 14, she would print her second book, and that's her final novel. Yes, it was her second and final novel. After her early success, she had to go through emotional challenges. Her father, who supported her all the time, abandoned her. She had 2 unpublished manuscripts and a broken marriage, and she left her home and never returned. Follett has never been seen again and remains missing. Many theories revolve around the idea of foul play or suicide because of her marital issues. Since her body was never found, neither theory has been proven correct. Now, the third writer I am going to tell you is Boris Pasternak. Yes, Boris Pasternak. The name may not ring a bell for Westerners, but he is one of the greatest novelists. Dr. Zhivago. Yes, Dr. Zhivago is the name of the book, which is a story that takes place between the Russian Revolution of 1905 and the World War II. The book and Pasternak have an interesting story. Pasternak was prohibited from publishing the book in Soviet Union, so he managed to smuggle his manuscript to Italy for publication in 1957. The following year, he was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature, which he refused to accept. There is one theory which goes that the Communist Party of the Soviet Union forced him to turn it down. He did so via a telegram, and the telegram read, I quote, "Considering the meaning this award has been given in the society to which I belong, I must reject this undeserved prize which has been presented to me. Please do not receive my voluntary rejection with displeasure." That's what he wrote. With changing times, ultimately his descendant accepted the award in his name in 1988, and Dr. Zhivago has been taught in Russian schools since 2003. Now coming to the contemporary queen of fiction. She is J.K. Rowling. Everyone is familiar about Harry Potter series, and there was a time when Harry Potter was a religion among young, youth and adults as well. But very few people know the struggle of J.K. Rowling in getting her first book published. The book tells the story of a young boy, orphaned and living with his aunt when he was 15 months old. At the age of 11, he learns of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry and is sent to the same school that his parents once attended. The story is now very familiar, but when in manuscript form, it was sent to 12 different publishers. I repeat, 12 different publishers, and finally published by Bloomsbury in 1997. There are now 7 books in the Harry Potter series, which has become one of the best-selling series of all times. Once living as an unemployed single mother, after the book was published, Rowling went on to become one of the richest women in Britain. It is impossible to live without a failing at some time, goes on the famous quote. Thank you very much, viewers. We'll come again some other time in the next episode. Thank you. See you in the next episode.
Please subscribe to the channel and download the Politikos app from the links in the description.